What's good people, it's Spud here and welcome to a brand new video on the channel, and in today's video we're going to be doing our game review of Mixtape. Was it a hit or was it a miss? There was a little pun intended, of course. Obviously Mixtape only came out 2 days ago on the 7th of May. Um and obviously it has had quite a few reviews. Obviously IGN have given it the first 10 of the year and that has come with some backlash. But I've played the game. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it and whether it's worth buying. I will say, obviously, spoilers ahead, and a spoiler, I love this game. I'll start with that. I did really like this game. Um, I thought it was excellent, and we will have a little bit of footage from the first part of the game. Here, just so you are aware, obviously. But if you do enjoy, please like the video, and yeah, let's get into it. So, so Mixtape is a short story game. It takes about 3.5 to 4 hours to complete. Um, you could probably make it last 5 or 6 hours potentially, but I don't really know if you could. So it's set in the 1990s in America. Um, and there's three characters. So there's Stacey Rockford, who's the main character, Van Slater, and then Cassandra. Um, Cassandra as well. I've forgotten her surname. Begins with an M. Um, it'll come up though on the gameplay of that show because I'm showing you the start of the game. But basically, these three are friends. Um, Cassandra Marino. These three are friends. They listen to music all the time. They are delinquents, but they've been planning a road trip. But now, as soon as high school finishes, Stacey is going to New York to hand in her mixtape to some music producer. She wants to become a music supervisor. You know, she's obsessed with music. So one thing that they do in the game is like a lot of the music is, but the music is like real music from like the 80s, the 90s, even earlier. Um, so obviously I couldn't play the music. You've got a lot of things where you're traveling, either if it's skateboard, you're running. It's but the setting, like the setting where it's like the views are beautiful. I was doing some. This is obviously I've already. This wasn't my first gameplay. I was testing some things. Whilst recording this footage for you guys. But obviously it is an indie developed game. It came in at about £15, but you had 10% off with PlayStation Plus. So it only cost me £13.94, which I think is a very good price, especially because the game is quite short. It obviously was meant to come out last year, but got delayed. Obviously, myself being a massive fan of Life is Strange and um, like Lost Records, this has massive Lost Records vibes to it. Um, Especially because of how it was set and there's flashbacks constantly. There was a little Life is Strange element in it though, with the there is like it's not powers as such, but like they kind of like imagine the flashbacks differently, so like they're floating and they can flip off things that cause explosions and stuff like that. So it is um it's not actual powers or anything, but it has massive Lost Records vibes. Like genuinely, it feels like a Lost Records game. But it's it, it's really good, honestly, and the flashbacks are really cool. Obviously, we don't get to see too much of the characters, but like I said, the music, obviously, basically the actual storyline is that it's Stacey's last night here, last day. She's got it all planned out. She's got her mixtape with the music that she wants to listen to with Cassandra and Slater. Um, but obviously they were planning a road trip, which won't go ahead because because Stacey's leaving. But they obviously want to go to this Camille calls summer party, which is going to be on the beach. Um, that's going to be their last night together before Stacey goes to New York. And they have it all planned out, what they're going to do, what they're going to listen to. Um, but then obviously things don't always go the way that they want it to. So Cassandra's dad as a cop rounds her, obviously blames Van and Stacey for who she's become. But then even after that, when they go to their secret hideout, Cassandra basically has a massive go at Stacey and is like, you're only thinking about yourself. Like we had the whole road trip planned and you didn't want to go. And then obviously Cassandra starts hanging out with her other friend who Stacey hates, called Jenny fucking Goodspeed. Um, but then Stacey does something for Cassandra that ultimately um they forgive and forget. And honestly, the ending of the game was quite sad because I was hoping that Stacey would do a U-turn and decide to stay with Cassandra and uh, Slater, but ultimately, is it a type of an Inception ending where we don't know if she did because Slater did say see you tomorrow. I don't think she will have done the U-turn because she didn't. She obviously spent the money on the ticket. Then again, that can happen in life. But throughout the whole game, Cassandra, you can tell, is unhappy about Stacey going. Um, but she tries to hide it, but then obviously she just can't hide it anymore. Um, but it is good. To be honest with you, when I bought it, I expected to like it. Um, like I expected that I would like it, but you're obviously not 100% sure. When the trailer came out a while back, I thought, oh, it looks alright. Probably wouldn't get it. And then I just saw it came out. I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. As long as it's not 60 quid, I'll buy it. And it was only 15. Obviously, the graphics are like indie graphics, as you'd kind of expect. Um, so it's never going to be like it has like it reminds me of like the first episode of Arcane almost. Um, because like yeah, I would say it has like very similar feeling to like the first episode of Arcane. But obviously, when you were unsure on how like something would come across, like if you were looking for something and you weren't sure, it would highlight it in yellow, like the important bit. And I think that that was quite good that it did that. Um, just because like you get to find out what it is the main thing you're looking for and you're not having to look around and get frustrated. But then again, that obviously means that some people like myself will just look for those rather than the other collectibles the first time you play the game, which I think is definitely something that um, many people would do, of course. But I think it was also a helper just because you don't really know what you're looking for. Obviously, every time something like that yellow happened, it was typically a flashback. And the flashbacks for me were so cool. I mean, obviously, like I said, there was a few problems there with the uh Elgato lagging a bit there with the footage on, but I've sorted it. Obviously, without the sound, it looks a bit stupid, but let's just jam into a song. All the songs obviously are copyright. But they actually said not to make a streamer mode because they wanted people to feel the the game wouldn't be the same with a streamer mode because it would have like non-copyright music, and that's just like it just wouldn't work ultimately. Um, but I really did enjoy this game. I thought it was um, I thought it was good fun. I thought some of the stuff was different, and for the game obviously didn't cost that much money. It was £14. I do recommend it, but obviously, like I said, it's quite short. Is it a game you could play multiple times? Well, there's no choices. It's not like a choice-based game. There's no relationships in this either. It's just these three as friends. And I get that some people were a bit disappointed about that. I mean, myself personally, I think Cassandra and Stacy could have worked, even Slater and Stacy, but I feel like that's something that all games try and have relationships in. I mean, even like the Walking Dead games, with Clem and Vi, or even um, Clem and Lewis, or even Clem and Gabe. I feel like they do try and have that happen in their games. So maybe it's something a little different here. Obviously, the people that were hating on the game were people that hadn't even played it. They were just like, oh, it's walk nonsense and stuff like that. But I really liked it. I mean, I didn't want to just play it all out in one time like I did with Life is Strange Reunion because I wasn't bothered about getting spoilers. Didn't get any spoilers. Um, but it was good, and obviously we didn't have too much character development with these three because it was such a short game. We obviously find out that Cassandra was never really a delinquent until she wanted to be, and then obviously met Stacy and Slater. So um, that was what ultimately caused it. But yeah, so the full aim of the game, obviously, just reliving the past, flashbacks and memories with your two friends before you leave, and also to have this really cool night out, which ends up happening not in the way that Stacey and her mixtape planned, though, because she's obviously made this mixtape ready for tonight. Um, it didn't go the way that she planned, but overall, um, she found the secret stash of booze that her sister, because her sister is in New York, that's who she was going to meet. Her sister in New York. She obviously does find the secret stash of booze at their hideout, which was always just under the floor, the hideout that Stacey's sister gave her. And they ended up having the party then. It ended up a firework went wrong and it ended up going on fire. And obviously all the cops came, and obviously Cassandra's dad is the main cop of the town, and she basically rebels and she goes crazy about certain things, and then says like she'll burn the whole town down if she's not allowed to like do a thing. Goes a bit rogue, but her dad is that okay? Like, gotta deal with it. And Stacey's always using like music as quotes, and she's just using music as her life ultimately. That is her life, music. Um, but yeah, if I was to rate this game out of 10, um, The only game that is probably ever a 10 for me is Life is Strange 1. Because I'm a bit, like, there's a lot of games that are in the nines and, like, we do decimals, you know. There's no line there, we do decimals. I like that they show the track, also, because I've got it up here, Stacy always breaking the fourth wall. This, by the way, this is one of the best bits of the game, where they're getting chased by the police on a trolley with Cassandra blacked out almost. And this is so fun. And there's a lot of scenes like this that, like chases or pursuits, really good. Um, so yeah, obviously, like Life is Strange 1 is my favorite ever game. I give it a 10. Even like Life is Strange for the Storm wouldn't get a 10. Life is Strange 2 wouldn't get a 10. Reunion wouldn't get a 10. Like there is um a lot of games that wouldn't, but get high nines. I based on the price point and how long the game lasted and what I felt about the game, and the fact that the end of the game actually got me a little emotional, which only really Life is Strange 1, Life is Strange Reunion at the end, Life is Strange 2, and The Walking Dead season 1 and final season are probably the only games that got me emotional. For this to get me emotional was pretty impressive. So well done, Mixtape. I'm gonna give it a 9.1 out of 10. I'm gonna say it was a hit. I just wish that there was some choices in the game. Potentially, you could have a relationship with one of the characters, and that it was longer. I think a game like this, they could have made like an hour longer, but maybe not. It's not really a game they could have made too long, but I wasn't expecting it to be as short as it was. But I really liked it. Um, yeah, it was really good. So 9.1 out of 10. It was something that had vibes to games that I like, and I think that also had an impact as to why I liked it. So I 100% recommend this game. £14 for the next 2 weeks on the PlayStation Store, then it'll be about 15, 16 again. Yeah, I don't think for that price you can really go wrong. Just something to play when you're a bit bored of playing something else, I guess. But yeah, I liked it. Something a little different. Um, and that is my review of Mixtape. Yeah, so for me, it's a hit. I'm just gonna put this up on YouTube, probably now to be honest. Just upload it straight away. Uh, Obviously the footage did have a minute or two where it was a bit glitchy. I do apologise about that. Apart from that, it should be fine. Um, yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Will there be any Mixtape videos on the channel? Probably not. Probably just a review. I don't think there's enough gameplay for me to do a full video to do like videos on. And actually, I've got a video coming soon that I want to record, which is talking about certain games on the channel and how they've done, or certain series, so like Lost Records or the Roundup, etc. But we'll get into that another time. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more gameplay videos of the story games, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.